Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and welcome to Daily Flash.
Yeah, baby, we love it.
Whole crew ready to get this Wednesday rocking and rolling with today's trends, tomorrow's talk, and of course, you are an important part of this show. James Alexander, he hears from you on social media. How you doing there,
Hey,
James?
man, I am super busy. In fact, my computer died. So
That
yeah, man, trying to respond to the comments or just like them so people, see that we're active with our pages. But like, comment, and share. Have fun. Let's communicate.
You look like a principal on a sitcom.
Hey, you're suspended.
The once great boxer who's now a high school teacher.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Matt, who actually works great. Looks like our custodian, actually. But you look like school custodian.
Fancy looking custodian.
Custodian.
So if you want to see how James broke his computer, you can head to our website at dailyflashshow.com. It looks like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. You can also send us a comment, flash@dailyflashshow.com. A comment on our YouTube page. We're live streaming every day. We like to have a conversation right when the show kicks off.
Indeed.
Matt looks like he could be the math teacher.
He is. Matt is the math teacher.
Yeah, like a 500 yards.
Who's in line to be the next vice principal.
Oh, look at that.
I want the parking
I
spot.
went to parking. That's the only reason why. Forget about the kids. I went to parking spot.
All right, there's a company, a private company that just spent more than $1 million in advertising to promote an AI necklace. So you're wearing the AI, and apparently the folks in New York did not take too kindly to it. They defaced all of the advertisements and scrolled notes on warnings about the dangers of AI, and saying AI doesn't care about you. It's called the Friend. It's a necklace, looks like an AirTag, and it will talk to you all throughout the day. It will answer any kind of questions you might have. It's powered by Claude, which is its own AI program. But people are saying, isn't that enough? Like, enough is enough with the wearable AI, the glasses, and now the necklace and the ring. I mean,
here's what I have an issue with that. You think it's a great idea. Let's say you think it's a great idea. You're wearing it while I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Maybe I don't like it. And if you're, it's picking up, I would imagine you're infringing on my rights, I guess, on what it's gathering as far as information.
Without maybe me even knowing about it, right?
Right, yeah, either way, right.
I mean, it's available to be on hand and answer questions 24/7. Also listens to what's going on around it, sends push notifications to your phone, providing opinions about conversations you just had.
All right. If this technology is here, I don't want to go political, but there was some scuttlebutt that during one of the presidential debates, somebody had earrings that you can do this. All right, and they're like, no, they don't have technology. You would hear. If they have that, I'm certain there is. I know I'm going back and kind of going off.
No, but you're right. The earrings, yes.
The earrings. But which means if they can make a necklace, they probably could make earrings where I wouldn't even know. No. Like you have a necklace, I would say, oh, that's one of those necklaces. I'm not going to say. But if you had one, I wouldn't know. And because you can hide it behind your hair, and then Lord knows it could be recording me without me knowing it. And there's, I'm sure, privacy laws that would. But along with this, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yes.
I love my glasses, and I was ordering some. They sent me this thing. They have new ID guard glasses, and so what it does is basically, how cameras, they look through, well, it will block your eyes so they can't identify you, and your eyes pretty much tell you everything that they need to know.
So it's like a protection from any sort of ID technology.
Using infrared camera, if those infrared cameras, so it blocks it, so then they can't read my eyes, but they can see my face and everything else around it. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that now I would imagine I would see some counter technology where if I don't ever want to be recorded, I'll wear a necklace that will kill yours or won't hear mine. You know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
Faraday bag or something.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm just saying that there's going to be that coming out, and now we're going back and forth. And what is privacy? I know you can't just take pictures of people in certain places.
Yeah.
And you can't record people in certain states and say
without their
knowledge.
permission.
But if I didn't know and the AI says it's not recording me, but obviously it's got to be if I'm next to you.
But if this necklace has the ability to pick up conversations around you and share its own opinions about those conversations. Where's this Claude AI getting its opinion from? And how is it formulating an opinion? And then, to your point about the glasses, what about the Google glasses that look like Ray-Bans?
Yeah.
The
Meta
glasses.
glasses, thank you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know whether somebody's wearing them or not because they just look like cool
look
eyewear.
which is
So
great.
how would I know? Like, it doesn't come with a warning.
They
does
do
it?
have a flashing red light when you're recording.
Okay, they
something.
do.
But
Okay.
I'm
But-
certain I can give me a little black tape and
They
put it
have,
on top of
they
it.
have covers you can buy aftermarket to cover all that.
Oh, they have aftermarket covers. Isn't that great?
I'm excited for this actually.
You would like
are.
it, Jay?
Yeah, well, two things, and we'll have the Ray-Ban Metas in studio soon. Secondly, for me, I like it because for lonely people, it gives them somebody.
That's how they get ya.
I do think that we're losing our humanity, and I conspiracy theorists. If everyone has a necklace on, all we have to do is just tap in and find out what's being said by the CIA or.
Or you know what?
Whatever,
My car, it records up to, it saves it onto the disc, and it's, I think the last 10 minutes or whatever. So yeah, let's say something like that. Like I wanted to find out, I could steal yours, and I can at least hear a certain amount. I can gather some information about her. All I have that. So it is very scary. I don't see the problem I have with AI mainly is I tell my AI, Scarlett.
Oh, she has a name.
Yeah.
She has a name.
She redhead?
Scarlett.
That's creepy.
Scarlett Johansson.
Dang.
I said one time, describe. I want to see what you look like. She goes, well, I'm Scarlett, and I go, let me see it. And she did, and she had red hair, and I never asked for red hair. Y'all know how I feel about red hair. Anyway, but the point is that when you have AI, it wants you to like it. And you never been around
Yes.
people that like, oh my God, you're so funny, you're so great, and it makes you
Yes.
feel good. And that's what AI is doing, is giving you this sense that, because you'll ask her a question, and you're like, that's not what I want. And you'll go, oh my gosh, you're so smart. Well, it won't say it like that. It will say, you are absolutely right. Good catch, 100%. Man, I'm going to rewrite it.
Yeah.
And I'm, well, why didn't you do that the first time? But psychologically, it gives me like, wow, this thing thinks I'm something. I'm smarter than I actually am.
But my concern with all of this is the filter. You think about the sources it's gleaning from. It's Wikipedia, it's Google, it's Yahoo. There are limited sources it's gathering all this information from, and its opinion. So it's kind of its own beast. And
That's a very good point.
And what's scary is it's being derived from one specific opinion.
Now I see what you're saying. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that is scary because who controls that opinion? And then let's say it's a business deal,
Yeah.
and you got bad intel off me and you don't do it. I think I should be able to go after your AI. If of course, I would have to find out if you followed that.
AI law.
That is the new
whole
Wild
new-
West.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would have said
Wow.
that. Treat it like a puppy. You can train it.
You
Right?
can train
it. You can train it.
Yes, to a certain degree,
Yeah,
though.
your
Bite
AI.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
the puppy has already bit you because you got it on your phone. You got
Yeah,
it everywhere.
that's true.
Gemini.
But you're talking about
Yeah.
your own AI. But you can't control hers. You can't train hers.
You
to
can't.
gather.
You can't control it. You can't train it. But I can tell you now. I mean, remember, technology comes out years ahead before you even get your
Right,
hands
it's
on
been
it, right?
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been out. It's been in your phone for a while. You just didn't realize it. So now it's just taking it the next step.
But doesn't it concern you, though, if all the information that's being fed into an AI bank is coming from 1, 2, maybe 3 sources, and it's all being skewed from a specific source with a specific angle? And I think, critical thinking, we lack a lot of that in our country right now. So for somebody to say, oh, that's not a big deal, it is a big deal, because in order for everybody to kind of have different thoughts,
100%.
different opinions, you have to have critical thought.
So you're all for an open internet where AI has access to every different.
Well, it should.
idea
If it's going to give
or-
me an opinion, it needs to.
Yes,
because
So that means that everyone that's listening right now must give over their rights so AI can train itself to give you an adequate opinion.
We almost already do every time we click accept
We don't,
whatever.
though,
Every
because
time
we make
we
it-
get a
the
phone or whatever,
they're-
you read that 3-page.
But people are
legal deal.
suing because they won't allow it to do certain things like the articles and so on and so forth.
screw
so
them.
they
I
only
don't
can
care about
go from
them.
what it has access to.
why do they, it's again the minorities
Right.
trying to control the majority. That's what I 100%. Now, if you're wanting to know where we're at the same place when the internet started,
Yes.
where we had no idea about
Yeah.
law and AI law. Still, there's not a whole lot that we could be able to
Nope.
get. And I'm now, if I see something, that's AI. I think it's AI before,
Before you
I
think it's
real.
actual real.
So
Yes.
just know that.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the thing from Robin Williams' daughter where
Yes,
she just said,
it just
please
came
stop
out.
sending me videos of my dad at AI because people are doing, I saw a fight between Chris Farley and Robin Williams on a stage the other night. And I'm like, that never happened. And someone could think it is. And his daughter's like, please stop sending me this.
Frankensteinization is what she called it.
Yeah. The scary thing is like act now, apologize later. Once that's out there and it's not distinguished as AI, people will automatically believe it without second guessing it.
Go to any jury, you just want to get reasonable doubt put in the jury's mind,
Yep.
and that's why they bring them up. Like, objection. Well, it doesn't matter if you objected, they heard it
I already heard
already.
it.
That's the problem.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Finances, our next guest teaches you how to take control of your money. Her new book, Train Your Money, an expert's winning playbook for your financial success, lays out the game plan. Joining us now from Financial Footwork founder Hillary Saylor. Welcome, Hillary.
Hello, good morning.
Well, good morning to you. So tell us, what is the #1 money mistake you think every person makes?
This is a fun one because I think the digital age of money has changed things a lot. And when I say that, what I mean is it's so easy to spend money now. Just one click buy on anything and everything. And I think that that takes away some of the awareness with money that we need in order to control it and be able to actually manage it properly. So I think the #1 money mistake that I see a lot of my clients make is simply not bringing awareness to how and when they're spending because it's so easy. So that means we have to try a little bit harder and think a little bit more about what we're doing.
I agree. There's so many of those impulse buys, right? So now tell us, your book is called Train Your Money. What does that mean exactly?
Think about a 12-week fitness program. Most of us have done some sort of fitness program in our life. And I realized many, many years ago that finance and fitness go hand in hand. You can't do money once and hope that you're going to get it perfectly right. You have to do the reps, meaning you have to practice with it all the time. And so Train Your Money is about taking all the fundamental tools you need to be successful with money and then implementing them into your daily life on a regular basis.
I love that, and I completely agree. And I love that like metaphor, fitness and finance. So tell us, what is the first thing you would tell someone who feels overwhelmed by their finances? And I've been there, trying to just organize your financing and take care of it. Tell us one thing.
I think we all feel that way about money, but there is hope. It doesn't have to be scary, even though I know a lot of us feel like it's scary all the time. And my #1 takeaway with how to control the stress around money is finding the things that you can control. They might be something very small. It could be something as simple as saving $5 a month. It could be something as simple as maybe not swiping the credit card for a certain amount of money on a daily basis, but controlling what you can control and then starting to add little things on a daily basis that will actually help you improve your financial life. But we get so overwhelmed by the big picture that we don't look at the little things that will actually benefit us and drive us to success.
I love that. And I agree. It reminds me of like being as a kid and having that piggy bank and just taking one step at a time, one little quarter at a time, like takes you, saves you along for the long run. All right. So what is one simple habit from the book that anyone can start today?
Ooh, this one's my favorite. I'll give you two, but my favorite one is audit your social media circle. And what I mean by that is we have this TikTok shop, impulse buy, Instagram purchase, ads in our face all the time. If you're following things on social media that are causing you to want to buy, try to limit that. Audit that circle, remove some of those instant gratification pushes. And then piggybacking on that is figuring out how to cash flow yourself in a way that works. And most people hate the word budget. They hate it. They don't like it. And there's a lot of different ways that budgets can come into play for individuals. So we do a lot in this book around helping people find a system that works for them.
I love that. And I think that a budget is like the principle, right? It's the starter so that people can see their finances and kind of avoid those impulse buys. And I love the approach of don't follow those little stores or things that are going to kind of tempt you, right?
They'll get you. And if you're not looking at a budget and writing things down, or at least doing something on your phone where you can track the money, it makes it that much harder to save and that much easier to spend. But if you have a goal and you're tracking that information, you're a lot less likely to hit that one-click buy.
Absolutely. Well, tell us, Hillary, where can our viewers purchase your book and where can they connect with you?
Absolutely. You can go to trainyourmoney.com, or you can find us on all social platforms at financialfootwork.com. And we actually have a full free budgeting playbook on our website, financialfootwork.com. So if you need that, go pick it up. It's an awesome tool. I believe in giving as much free advice as I can with finances so that people don't have that overwhelming stress. So come check us out, send us questions. We'd love to help.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Hillary.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
So, Matty of Birkenshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Oh, dog and cat, it's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the media.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Keeping pets happy and healthy is every pet parent's top priority, and protecting them from fleas and ticks plays a big role in their overall well-being. Joining us today is Dr. Craig Pryor. He's here to talk about a groundbreaking advancement in pet care. So, Doctor, as we head into the fall and winter months, what should pet owners be aware of in terms of fleas and ticks?
You know, it's a very common misperception that flea and tick activity decreases this time of year. We actually see a spike this time of year. They're incredibly resilient, and we do know that they'll move indoors. They don't mind colder temperatures, so they can survive very, very well. And, the biggest thing is the diseases they carry. So we see Lyme disease, we see tapeworms, we see other flea and tick-borne diseases. So as you want to go outside and enjoy the outdoors, looking at leaves or hiking with your pet or any other type of activity, it's important to remember that we protect our pets, because ultimately if we're protecting our pets, we're also protecting our family. And flea and tick risk is a year-round issue now in the United States.
And what can pet owners do to protect against fleas and ticks?
There are multiple products out there, but they all rely upon the owner remembering to give a product on a consistent, regular basis. And therein lies the rub. We know from a global survey that Merck Animal Health did that 46% of owners regularly miss doses, and 56% of owners find it challenging to give products to their pets. So we end up with all these what we call compliance gaps. The pets are at risk. Good news is we now have Bravecto Quantum, which is the first and only parasiticide that provides a full 12 months protection for fleas and most ticks to your pet just with a single dose. So this is a product that is given by your veterinarian. So the injection can be given when you go in for their yearly checkup, and it's protecting your dog against fleas and most ticks for 12 months with a single injection. For veterinarians, that's a game changer because we know that we're getting a full year of compliance or protection for that pet. For the pet owner, what we see is we're taking one more thing off your plate. So it's helping to keep you, to give you peace of mind and to keep your pet healthy. because you got busy lives. You're trying to keep up with your job, your work, your family, your home, and your pet. And so we can do one more thing for you. It's one less thing you have to worry about.
Where can people go to get this product for their dog and learn more?
Talk to your veterinarian. They're the local experts. They're the ones that understand you, your pet, can talk to you about Bravecto Quantum. And just be cautious if your dog's got a history of seizures or neurological disorders. You can also go to us.bravecto.com.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll be sure to post this information on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
This is really cool. Thank you there, Jackson. A sports memorabilia collector recently acquired, get this, 4 million trading cards. And when you get 4 million trading cards, there's going to be some good ones in there, including 30 rare Babe Ruths.
Oh my goodness.
This is actually being called the biggest baseball card deal ever. He's 66 years old. He obtained the colossal collection, worth about $7 million. The deal included every baseball set since 1948, prized rookies, and thousands of autographed cards.
Wow.
Seller had spent 50 years amassing the impressive stockpile, which he stored in his attic, and I'm sure now he's ready to retire, and he's able to do so with $7 million worth of cards.
And
people forget about how big they were, number one, and then how they still are today.
I feel like they're making a comeback because it seems like a lot of people are talking about collecting baseball cards again, and it's kind of like this new trend.
Do you think it's because it's something tangible? I mean, now
so.
We're in a digital age where you have NFTs or you have whatever that you collect, but you have something that is physical and you can touch it. I bet you that's probably why it's still popular card trading.
Yeah.
It's still such a big deal.
Also, I think it's a great hobby for like dads and sons.
Yeah.
It's something that they can share. And I don't know, to me, I think you're right on the money when it becomes something that's tangible that you can touch and feel and hold and you can see it on a shelf as opposed to being stored on your phone.
That's what we think about it. And and the craziness that they do to preserve these cards.
Yes.
Number one, if just a slight nick on the corner could take off thousands of dollars of its worth. So this guy's got something big. It's really neat to see what he's going to do.
Think about all the extra space the one guy that sold all the cards has now in his attic, right?
And all the money he's counting too.
Now here's a little genius with a big IQ. At just 2 years of age, Joseph Harris Birchall is the youngest member of Mensa.
Here we go.
The exclusive society for people with exceptionally high intelligence. Mensa admits only those who score in the top 2% on a standardized IQ test. The threshold starts with a score of 132 or better. While his exact IQ was not revealed, Joseph's incredible intellect pushed him to surpass the record of the youngest ever Mensa member. To qualify for membership, individuals must demonstrate exceptional cognitive abilities in various intellectual areas, including problem solving, logic, and language comprehension.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
There are, I took one online and it said it was like an IQ test, and I did really well on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was like, but then I had somebody else do it, and they had scored a very close to me, and I go, there's no way this dude's smarter than me. So if you take one of these tests online, they're not real. Don't be a Sharon Stone and say you're in Mensa by taking those lines. Remember when she did that?
I was thinking the Seinfeld episode.
When they cheat?
Yeah.
When George cheats.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Welcome, everybody.
We love having you here, all of y'all.
Yes, all our stations across the nation. Good morning, Maddie.
Hello. There are plenty of you out there, 219 to be exact, beautiful affiliates across this great nation and the Armed Forces Network. And you can find out where to watch us or tell your friends where to on our website at dailyflashshow.com. Hit where to watch. And today, our friends in Syracuse, New York on WSCG are watching us today.
Home to the Orangemen, Syracuse football, baby.
Yeah,
Salt Town.
Salt City.
Salt
Yep.
City. Is that
Salt
what,
City.
Salt City.
Salt City,
Yeah, that's where
really?
you know your salt from is their Syracuse.
I only knew
played against Syracuse.
I only knew about them because they were in the NCAA tournament every year for
Syracuse.
basketball. That was all I ever knew.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, man. They had some famous quarterback back then.
I'm not sure where Syracuse lands on this list I'm about to get you, but
okay.
this
Ooh,
is
I love a
interesting.
good list.
Of course, when you go to, if you want to find out about traffic and basically where the worst drivers are, you of course follow a new Wallet Hub report. Wallet Hub.
Of course you do.
Because they have a report out. So they went out and said, all right, what cities are the absolute worst for travelers altogether? And you know, they took into effect terrible road conditions, traffic chaos, sky-high vehicle maintenance and that sort of thing. So they
Okay.
put all that together and they said, all right, here's the list.
And they put it in a giant pot and they stirred it up.
Stirred it up, and then they would see what would rise at the top.
I
And
gotcha.
then, and when and a lot of people don't realize this, but they would take it out and they go, all right, number one, and then they'd have a person that transcribe it, and what does it say? And then that person would say, okay, the city is, you know, Des Moines, and then the person would write down Des Moines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like that. All right, so worst city to drive in America. What do y'all think it is?
Los Angeles.
L.A.
Oh my gosh, man, New York.
You say New York?
Miami.
Miami. I'm with you on Miami. I gotta tell you, they're saying, according to Wallet Hub, Philadelphia is the worst city.
Really?
Because of all that, it ranks number one, the bottom of the list as far as the best. It's the worst. Is what they cost of ownership, traffic, infrastructure, safety, and service access.
Is Atlanta on that list somewhere? Atlanta has to be on that list.
Orlando, is that what you said?
No, Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay, it might be. I only have the top 10 and the bottom 10. So
Okay, Houston was my second.
As far as LA, they came in at number 93, so they were pretty close to the bottom.
Okay.
Matt, you said New York, and New York was 97, and then you said Miami, which they're not in the top 10 and not in the bottom 10 either.
No way.
So please don't say Detroit.
The best city for traffic is Corpus Christi, Texas.
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Followed by Greensboro, North Carolina, and then Boise, Idaho. A lot of western places: Arizona, Laredo, and Lubbock, Texas, and then Birmingham,
wide
Alabama.
open roads.
Yeah.
Not a lot of.
Not conglomerate cities.
James, tell me if you feel this is right. Number 91 on the worst. So this would be some of the worst is Baltimore. You live in Baltimore.
B-more was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
I
was
can
there
see
when
that.
it was called Bodymore.
Followed by San Jose. I'm not traveled there.
Yep, San Francisco.
And then San Francisco came in 95. DC was 98.
Oh yeah,
DC
DC is
traffic is
crazy.
awful.
Yeah.
It is weird.
I would never drive there. I would just take the train.
And because they close down a lot of the streets a lot of the times too, so you really have to use.
When I was traveling there, I was asking people about them. I was like, "Why is everybody running around here?" They're like, because it takes everybody 3 hours to get home, so they have no time for the gym. So they just run while they're at work in the city, and then they get home. They don't have to worry about working out.
Oakland, California was number 99. They got actually, as far as they were the worst in cost of ownership and maintenance, and I'm sure just having California and where you live is
theft and insurance is out of control. Yeah,
all together on that. So, and again, it's taken together all of these things. And then you have the bad drivers at the worst traffic, which causes other. So you add that on top of it.
That's
Tampa's up there too. Tampa's got to be up there.
No, I say I-4 down by the
Champions Gate.
I drive.
Oh, the Champions Gate theme park every morning. They might as well just have a constant blinking red.
All the
You guys,
tourists.
You mentioned Tampa. Tampa just got on the list as the high. They made almost 15. The average income was number one. $15,000 more a year than they were like 3 years ago.
Tampa.
I believe
People are
it.
making more money in
Interesting.
Tampa.
I believe that. You know, I like to watch the On Patrol live. I'm always shocked at the amount of people that don't have a legal driver's license or insurance or car registration or are driving a stolen car they had no idea about.
No idea. I have no idea.
My cousin Pee-Pee gave it to me.
Exactly.
We got somebody on our list. That's Peebo Bryson. We're talking to him coming up a little bit later.
Today on The Scene with Doreen, I get to sit down with the king of balladeers and one of the greatest voices of our generation, Peebo Bryson. He's celebrating 50 years in the industry, and I can't wait to dig in. Check it out.
Hey, baby, you're in my arms again. This time I'll love you much better.
As an interviewer, you're not supposed to pick favorites, but you, my friend, to me, I have goosebumps. You have one of the best voices, I think, on the planet. You really do.
You see, you're talking about my gift. I mean, there's never been a moment in my life where I felt I was doing something or I was accomplishing something. It's all about grace for me. It's all about divine gifts and how I was raised, and everything goes always filters back to my core beliefs.
Congrats on reaching the rare milestone of 50 years in the music business. And like the consummate performer you are, you've been on the road in the only way to celebrate with the Golden Touch Tour.
When I was my son, I have a son who's we have a son who's 7.5 years old.
Mhm.
Uh, and when I was his age, my mother uh, took me to a concert in Greenville, South Carolina, my hometown.
Right.
We had the distinction of having a 6,000 seat new auditorium.
Mm.
So everybody that was ever anybody came there. As a boy, I watched in the height of segregation, music and music artists transcend racism, politics, and religion simultaneously and had everybody standing up fellowshipping. My goal at this particular point is to recreate that moment I saw when I was 7.5 years old, every single night.
Oh, the little scared, be the one prepared. Beauty and lovely.
You are the king of Disney. I mean, you really are.
Celine, I think she was just terrified that she was going to trounce me, just going to run all over me. So they put this glass partition between us. It had a wood frame, but it had a window-like thing at the top of it so we could actually see each other. We're looking at each other. She looks at me. She's very tentative, and she opens up her mouth and she starts to sing, and she sends me some of her uh, C plus stuff, I want to say. And I look at her and I just smile, and I send her some of my B stuff. And she looks at me, her eyes get big, and she looks at me and she gives me a little smirk. And it starts to hit the gears, and I hit the gear, and we're suddenly smiling at each other. Because you got to understand something about these songs. They don't come with instructions,
No.
and no one in the room is going to suggest you approach it in any way, shape, or form. No one's going to say anything.
Really? No one gave any guidance?
No.
Really?
Whatever you gave it's what you heard.
Oh, tenderly, all she wants to do with me.
Grace, your upcoming new album that you are putting out in 2026, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
The thing about working with Jimmy and Terry is this. They let you do as much as you can do. If you can do something, they check their egos at the door. Jimmy and Terry will challenge me in ways that nobody else has the courage to do.
Visit PeeboBryson2.com for news, music, show dates, and so much more. Make sure to catch him on the Golden Touch Tour in select cities nationwide, and keep an eye out for Peebo's new album, Grace, to be released in 2026. You're fabulous, and I am just so happy.
You are.
You are.
I have enjoyed this so much. You have no idea.
And if you want to hear more of our great conversation, visit here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash. See you next time.
As the weather gets cooler, many homeowners are looking for ways to stay comfortable and safe while keeping energy costs down. Joining us from a custom home in Virginia is HGTV star Matt Blishaw. Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So why is it so important to consider what kind of energy powers a home?
Well, as a contractor, I mean, I've worked on hundreds of homes, and I can say your energy choice impacts how a home performs. Families, they're looking for reliable, affordable, clean energy like propane. And propane can power all major appliances, not just the barbecue in your backyard. So you got heating, cooking, hot water, clothes drying, even backup power. And propane appliances, they last longer and they run more efficiently.
Why do families need to consider how important their energy is within their home?
So I learned a lesson because I needed to learn about resiliency with a home. I went through a tornado 4 years ago, at my house and I was left without power. I didn't have any kind of power generation. And I thought about, okay, what do I need to do to prepare? So I bought a propane powered generator. It auto starts seconds after the outage. The best part about it is that the quality of propane doesn't degrade over time like diesel or regular fuel. So you're going to have that peace of mind. My family has that peace of mind. When the power goes out, we can go as life goes on.
What about lowering monthly bills when it comes to energy costs?
So you want to choose appliances that run efficiently and have a longer lifespan, like propane furnaces. They last 50% longer than electric heat pumps. Tankless water heaters are great. They're very efficient with the water. Clothes dryers, they dry faster, gentler on fabrics. It all adds up to greater efficiency. You guys can visit propane.com/formyhome to learn all about these great tips.
Matt, thank you. We'll post this on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
Security isn't just for big corporations anymore. Smart tools are helping small business owners monitor, deter, and respond to threats in real time. Here's more.
Small businesses face constant security challenges, from protecting property to keeping employees and customers safe. Simply Safe is stepping in with a new suite of professional-grade security solutions designed specifically for business owners. TV host and entrepreneur Chip Wade has more.
As a business owner, I travel a lot for work, and it's reassuring to have a system that not only lets me monitor my businesses no matter where I am, but it's protected by trained agents who will intervene if there's trouble. It's about knowing my offices and workshops are protected even when I can't be there.
Simply Safe Business Security offers customizable plans backed by 24/7 monitoring. Key features include AI-powered cameras, live agents who can help prevent crimes and call for help in an emergency, multi-camera live streaming, customized user access, and elevated customer support.
Simply Safe aims to give business owners just like me peace of mind so they can focus on growing their businesses, all without long-term contracts or cancellation penalties.
To learn more, visit simplysafe.com.
October is Menopause Awareness Month. It's a chance to spotlight a stage of life that often doesn't get talked about enough. Here's dermatologist Dr. Marisha Garshik with more.
Thanks so much for having me. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, women's skin loses about 30% of collagen during the first 5 years of menopause. They will notice changes such as dryness, dullness, loss of elasticity, lines, and wrinkles. So it's super important to replenish it as much as possible. And there is a new serum that I'm loving that Skin Better Science has launched called Maestro Revive Renewing Serum. It's a new formula designed to rejuvenate the look of skin and restore vitality during hormonal fluctuations associated with perimenopause and menopause. What's special about it is that it's formulated with Path Biotechnology, which is a proprietary blend of 13 plant adaptogens selected to harmonize pathways affected by these hormonal fluctuations and clinically tested for women ages 45 and up with dry to very dry perimenopausal or menopausal skin. It revives, rebalances, and restores skin's natural luminosity and youthful appearance. It was clinically tested and showed a 32% improvement in crepey skin, 22% improvement in lines and wrinkles, and 60% improvement in hydration. I especially love that the skin just feels good and more resilient when using this product, and that it's so easy to layer into a skincare routine. You can find it exclusively through authorized Skin Better Science providers or online at skinbetter.com. Now, beyond skincare, wellness matters too. Supporting your body with nutrient-rich foods, staying hydrated, managing stress, and light exercise can help ease the transition through menopause. Remember, it's not about anti-aging, it's about better aging through this important stage that affects all women at some point in their lives.
And now we get some good news. There's new medication that's showing some promise for diabetics. Here's more.
Type 2 diabetes is one of the most significant health challenges in the U.S.
While there's no cure, a new non-surgical investigational procedure is showing promise as a future treatment. Unlike current treatments, it uses electric pulses to restore the poorly functioning cells in the top part of the small intestine, commonly seen with patients diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The goal is to slow or stop the progression of the disease.
Patients who are interested in learning more can visit resetstudy.com.
Perimenopause can hit earlier than many expect. Today we're talking with experts on why awareness is so important. Here's what you need to know.
Perimenopause is most women in their 40s, a lot of women 35 and up. And the symptoms are much bigger than just hot flashes and night sweats, right? So you see increase in depression. You see a lot of sleeping problems. So 2/3 of women don't sleep well. You see changes to your hair and skin. So you see less hair loss, but you also see dry hair, dry skin, vaginal dryness.
These symptoms are real, but women feel invisible as it relates to these symptoms. So we created a brand new innovative collection. The Wellness Care Collection by Plus One is a brand new, clean, and affordable solution for some of the symptoms related to perimenopause. We are so proud of this collection and are happy to be launching it for Menopause Awareness Month with both Walgreens and Walmart. For more information about Plus One, you can go to myplusone.com. You can search by symptom and find some of the products we talked about today.
For expert care visits, you can go to joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com and book a visit.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
So, Matty of Birkenshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Oh, dog and cat, it's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the music.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Well, as we kind of wrap up the hour here, I got some good news. I know, Matt, you're going to be excited about this. I haven't told you yet. We were discussing a little bit about it. But as you may or may not know, we all have our favorite restaurants, the fast food restaurants that we go to, right?
Yes.
Whenever Matt and I, the first thing when we go to Vegas for CES or whatever we're doing out there, or LA,
Yep.
first place we stop,
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger, every single time, no matter
Starve
what.
myself on the way there.
And so, good news is, I'm sure you've already heard, they are opening up a second headquarters in Tennessee.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, and everybody's like, well, it's because they can't get the meat across the country. They want to have, that's what they say.
That's always the
It seems
rumor.
like it's set up for a dirty joke.
Right?
Right?
Sorry.
So, but here's the thing about it. That's not necessarily the case. The reason why they chose Tennessee is because they feel that they can get the meat. It's kind of like Texas is the center place. So instead of going west to California, they can go east to Tennessee in just about the same amount of time. So obviously, places like where we're at in Florida, we're begging and begging.
Yes.
The CEO came on and says, sorry, we're not ever coming to Florida. We're not coming to Florida. They didn't say never. So we're not coming to
They're
Florida.
going to go to the Georgia line, watch.
But they are opening up 5 more stores for In-N-Out Burgers. 3 in Tennessee, 2 in California, which, you know.
I'm surprised,
But he did come out talking about, because like, well, what's going to happen to all your California stores? He said, well, since COVID came through, that took a big hit. But also, the guy said, it's not easy raising a family in California.
No.
And we're a family operated, the whole family's supposed to go. But it's even harder to run a business in California.
Yes.
So some kind of took that as like, okay, even though like their beef comes from Texas and they're kind of based out of California or whatever, could there be a possible move to that? As of right now, they have no plans of going anywhere further than where Texas can get that meat in the same amount of time that they can get it to anywhere else. So I would love to see it.
I would, but it's a strategy thing too, because they're going to cannibalize that. Because the first place, travelers when they go out west, that's the first place they go. If I have it here, I mean, if I go to California, I'm not necessarily going to go right there like I always do.
I'll go. My wife will have to be out of town, but I'll go.
That is true.
We'll have to sneak the wrappers.
I think there's been a big invite from our governor here for them to open up some sort of headquarters in Florida, and that may or may not happen. Fingers crossed, it might.
The CEO said,
no.
They're begging us, and they go, it's not going to happen.
Never say never.
But never say never. You're absolutely right. We were in and out. No one got hurt, right?
No.
Except James.
No, they didn't.
His bad knee is what he's saying. That does it for our show.
We're animal style, baby.
Go, and Matt's going to go animal style, so stick around for that.
Double.
Double it all.
Animal style,
I'm going to read the
baby.
scriptures underneath the cup.
Yeah.